there everyone, it's Faxon. So I'm gonna do a tutorial today that I don't know if I should be doing because I've never done it before.
I seem to have kind of a habit of that.
Anyway, today we're going to be making a re-wearable neck and chest prosthetic for the character Dabi from My Hero Academia or Boku no Hero Academia. Some of you may remember that I did a tutorial like this for my Mellow Burn Scar prosthetic. The difference is I did that on an actual wig head, and because I do not have a life cast of all this, I'm gonna have to do it right on me. So I'm not 100% sure this is gonna work, but if I'm posting it, then it probably did. So that's good, right? So basically the materials I'm gonna use are Vaseline, although I don't really have Vaseline, so I'm using Aquaphor, which is like, whatever, same thing. Some toilet paper. Some liquid latex. I'm using one that's close to my flesh tone because I'm gonna be using grease paint on my face as well as the prosthetic, and I want them to match. I have some setting powder, some Graftobian purple grease paint. This is grease paint made especially for doing latex prosthetics. I think it's called like Graftobian rubber mask or something like that. And that's pretty much it for now, so not too complicated. So it's time to get greasy. Now that you feel like a rotisserie chicken, you're going to start laying down some thin layers of toilet paper with the liquid latex. Fun! After you make yourself nice and slimy, spread liquid latex all over the area you want your prosthetic to be. Start slowly adding strips of toilet paper and layer with more latex. Rinse and repeat for your entire heckin' neck. You gotta be careful with the latex sometimes, because if it dries too fast on your sponge and you go over the areas that you already have latex down on, it's gonna like pull it up. Yeah, like that right there. So one might be asking right about now, why would you want to put yourself through this? Why don't you just do it at the con? Or why don't you just paint yourself while you're at the con, you know? And the answer is that I want to be at the con. I don't want to be in the hotel room doing makeup for 5 hours. I don't. That's it. I'd rather do my hours at home so that when I get to the con, I can just slather myself in Prozaid, pop this on, and then all I have to do is my face makeup. So full disclosure, this is not indefinitely reusable. It will be reusable at least once, maybe 2 times, maybe 3 if you keep it in good condition, but the latex will degrade and like crack and stuff. So if you really want something that you can use all the time, then I would invest in making a life cast of yourself and sculpting it and doing like a whole kind of silicone prosthetic if that's what you want, but I'm probably only gonna cosplay this like once or twice. You probably don't have to go like quite as far out as I'm going, because Dabi's jacket ends right here, but I want to make it so that if it lifts up a little, you know, for photos and stuff, that it doesn't just cut off. You can also put like more purple makeup and like fade it out onto your shoulders if you want, like you do you. At areas where there's going to be more motion, like the twisting of your neck right here, you're going to really want to make sure you build up the layers so that it's strong and it doesn't rip during the day. I hope you used a liberal amount of Vaseline, because otherwise this is not going to be fun to pull off. Probably should have shaved first. May wind up waxing myself by accident. After covering my neck and chest, I went over everything with another layer of tissue and latex. In a few areas, I twirled the toilet paper into little ropes to make those lines more pronounced. To make make them blend into the skin more, I took a flat piece of toilet paper and latexed that on top. I then did another pass or two of latex over everything just for good measure. It can be fun to experiment with different ways to add cool effects, so don't be afraid to mess around. Once you've built up your prosthetic with a few layers of tissue and latex, trace where you want to cut your prosthetic to be with cream makeup. Then fill it all in. Once it's all painted, dust it with some setting powder and peel that sucker off carefully. So now that this is all set and powdered, you can go ahead and take it off. I chose not to do the back of my neck, as you can see, because Dabi has a high collar, and so I didn't really feel like it would be necessary. So hopefully you used enough of the Vaseline so you won't have too much trouble getting it off. It can be a little tricky around the edges, but once you get those, the rest should come off pretty easily. I think my cat is very concerned. You concerned, Chloe? Yeah. Now, before you go take a shower, you're gonna wanna put just a very thin layer of powder on the inside of this so it doesn't stick together when it folds. But how gross is that, right? Now, if you wanna see how to apply this, I have another tutorial where I apply my Mellow scar from Death Note. I'll put a link up to that video. But basically, you're just gonna use your Prosthetic to put it right back on there when you want to wear it. The last step is basically just to take your scissors and trim this off, and then I have these tiny little stitches, staple things, that's basically just craft foam with spray paint on it that I'm going to use Prosthetic to attach to it to make the little staples there. Now when I apply this part, I'm probably going to put just a thin couple layers of rigid collodion liquid right there to make it look like I have a scar, and maybe just dust it with a little bit of red to kind of make it look irritated. Then I'd have the staples down with Prosthetic to my skin. But there you go, that's basically it. Now you have this lovely little cowl, and you don't have to spend 10 hours in the room doing makeup. Yay! I wouldn't suggest using it for the arms because there's a lot of movement in the arms and they're very round, and if you're me, they're also very hairy. I put up a tutorial on my Instagram about how I made basically sleeves for Dabi that look pretty much exactly like this, so I'll put a link up there and you can go check it out. But yeah, go have fun cosplaying, make things, yay! I hope you found this helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe, share if you have enjoyed it, or if you didn't, just to spite me and make fun of me. I'll take it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.